Hi everyone, welcome back to another anime review. We are reviewing an anime called fuck, I can't pronounce it. It's too fucking long. I may be Silver Sword by solo any boss to clock out on time. So our main protagonist is has a hammer that is fucking broken to shit. But the main thing about her, and this is the main thing I like about her, is the fact that she's a receptionist, but if she finds out that she's a venture of soloing bosses to become an adventurer, even though she doesn't want to become an adventurer, she wants to solo every boss fight because she's a receptionist and she just wants to clock out on time. But since there's a lot of adventurers, she's swamped with paperwork at the very end of the very end of every at the end of the day. So she's got a lot of paperwork and she works overtime a lot. The thing is the fact that and there's not a lot of receptionists to help her out. So I think that's really funny. But the main thing about this anime that is really interesting to me is the fact that she gets discovered by the Silver Sword. Problem is, if they leak her information out, the problem is the fact that she will get fired as a receptionist, and she wants to become a receptionist. She doesn't want to become an adventurer because it's too dangerous, so she doesn't want to do it. However, she does have a legendary weapon where it looks like Amy Rose's hammer, but the difference is between the hammers of Amy Rose and the main character of this anime, is that the main character of this anime has a spike at the end of the hammer, so she can use it as like a fucking like a dagger or something. And I thought that was really interesting. Now, when it comes to what's it called? When it comes to the Silver Sword, on the other hand, that's the party that recruits her for the fights. There are three major fights. The first major fight is this guy who steals the healing power of the Silver Sword's healer, which I thought was really interesting. He also breaks her staff so she can't heal anymore. So that's a really interesting concept. On the other hand, though, it has its major issues. The other character is like a ninja. He knows how to throw like I don't know, like kunai or something like that. I don't know. He just knows how to throw stuff. But they are pretty weak and they're pretty much side characters. As for the leader of the Silver Star, he has a crush on the main girls, the main characters. Though that's the main gist of that issue. And I think that's really interesting, to be honest with you. Now, when it comes to the characters bouncing off each other, I think they do a really good job at it. They make jokes, they make do this, that, and the other thing, and I think that's really good. Now, as for the three major fights that I mentioned earlier, the first major fight is guy who looks like a cement head, and he want once he gets defeated, which I think is very fucking funny. The main character, he says that there's more of us, so he was explaining that there's more of us, and then all of a sudden she just kills him because she doesn't want to hear about it. Because all she cares about is clocking on time, which I thought was very fucking funny. So that's the main gist of that. Now, when it comes to what's it called? When it comes to the second fight, the second fight's more along the second major fight is more along the lines of more strategic because it's two twins who shoot fucking bow and arrows at people with a bow, and they do a lot more damage because the main character does get hurt and she has to get healed, which she does, which is perfectly fine. But the other thing is the fact that how do I put this? She gets healed, and they stop him. However, the only reason why is the fact that the two girls that they're trying to kill have split personalities. On top of that, they can also fuse. However, why I say it's more of a strategical fight is because when they fuse, they become stronger. The problem is that their intelligence drop like they're brain dead. So I thought that was really interesting. The last fight I don't even remember because I thought it was forgetful, but it's also a really good fight. I forget what it is. Oh yeah, that's right. So the last fight is a fight for the because the guild receptionist wants to recruit her throughout the whole entire series, and he promised her to get more receptionists to help her out so she could clock out on time. However, he is the main villain of the whole entire anime because he wants to resurrect. He wants to resurrect his stepdaughter, who he adopted. But the only reason why he can't do, the only reason why he can't do that is because he doesn't have the power to do so. So he wants to sacrifice someone, I believe, or something like that. I forget what happens, but then they end up fighting him, and then they eventually kill him, which is awesome. So as for the anime, I'm giving this anime a 7 out of 10. I thought it was really good. It has some major flaws, but when it comes to the fights, like the first fight was good, more of hand-to-hand combat. The second one's more strategic and trying to tell them that they suck, so that's a good thing. And the third fight was kind of like the same fight like usual. But that's my opinion. I'm giving this anime a 7 out of 10. What are your thoughts on this anime? Would you like to have a second season? Because it does leave off on a cliffhanger to some extent. But what are you guys' thoughts on this anime? I hope you guys have a nice positive day and always stay positive. Bitches! I haven't done that in a while. I think I'm more mellowed out now.